Morning, Alex.
Goeiedag.
Okay, for the guys watching, this is how you get tips. So, Flip, what's your plan for today?
Swart junior vloek.
Aha, Jackie? Seeing that you are top of the lock, so where are you going to fish?
So I'm heading off to the river side, that side.
River doesn't work, bro. I'll go there.
And
it's fine.
Going to start with topwater, hollow body frog and weightless sanko.
Okay.
And then when the wind sticks up, I'm going to go into flipping and pitching a jig and creature bait.
Okay, you're saying too much. I need to take notes. But yeah, lekker, Alex. Be safe. And catch some fish, eh?
Enjoy.
Okay, and there's the oak in behind us.
New face.
Yeah, on his first try, I got like a monster bass.
Yeah, 50
and then he decided not to come and fish a couple of legs. You're further behind than me, at least. At this stage, I have to catch about 3 bass the length of my kayak to freaking come somewhere. But let's see how it goes. It's gonna be like what, 37 today, eh?
Yeah, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna cook.
Yeah. So the bass, I caught a bass this morning, and it was freaking like I caught it out of a jacuzzi. It was like warm.
Just had its coffee.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
fun times.
Hey everyone, back after a bit of a time that I couldn't fish. My wife had to go for an operation, and actually still nursing her back to health. So didn't fish quite a bit. The last time was in early December. It is now the 17th of February. So yeah, quite a dry spell for me. We had Buffelspoort, and we're gonna see if we can catch a couple of fish today. But hey, the weather again, and this time I think the biggest issue is not going to be the wind. We're expecting a temperature of 37 today. How much that is in Fahrenheit, don't have a clue. You'll have to look it up, unfortunately. But yeah, that's hot. That's extremely hot. I caught a bass from the side quickly this morning, and that bass was warm to the touch, extremely warm. So it's like I caught it out of a jacuzzi. So I'm expecting the fishing to not be that easy, especially once it's the sun is quite up and high and the temperatures has picked up. Cannot tell you what the water temperature is because I left my freaking my fish finder unit at home. So I'm fishing blind today, and I'm sure we'll still be able to catch a fish or two. I've been to the dam before, so there are a couple of spots that I normally catch fish in. So I'm gonna try those spots, and then yeah, as I paddle around, if there's anything that looks like a potential good spot, we'll fish that. So let's see what we can do, and yeah, stick around. Hopefully this time around we catch some decent bass. That's the first one for the day. First one. And I must say, I stopped here. It's about my third cast. And I just want to see a few in line there so you can see me. Got something in the nose there. So yeah, it seems like we're going to catch some fish today. That's cool. So it's at 28 centimeters, but hey, we can always upgrade, eh? So yeah, nice little bass. Let's let it go. Off it goes. Nice. Let's try for another one. And yeah, by the way, I caught that on a black fluke. like always, one of my favorite baits. Let me just put this back where it belongs. And that bass messed this thing bad. It turned this black fluke, if you can see that, it turned it inside out basically. So how I fish my black fluke is on a screw lock hook with a weight on the belly. I have to get that pulled over again, but it helps that, and even you see what it looked like. So there's the fluke perfectly. Again, to expose it, and off we go. Let's see if we can catch another one. It's already hot. I'm thinking the sun is gonna be a scorcher today. It's not gonna be the greatest fun, but yeah, that's part of fishing. You get all the conditions, and a couple of months from now, it's gonna be cold again, and then I'm gonna complain about how cold it is. So let's see how it goes. If I don't die of a heat stroke today, I don't think that'll happen, but still, let's see what we can do. I've showed this in one of my previous videos, but let me just show you again on the chest cam here. It's a screw lock, so I screw it into the nose with a screw lock, and I've actually, the hook comes without a weight, so I took some soldering wire and I put it there, and I took some of my wife's UV nail polish and I just covered it, so just to seal it up so it stays there nicely. And your soft plastics lasts way longer, and anyway, it definitely lasts longer. So yeah, as what the normal way you would rig it is a Texas rig, so it definitely lasts longer with a screw lock in the nose. And with the weight on the belly of the hook, normally if it Texas rig it, I've got a 1/16 ounce weight on the nose, and that the fluke will dive down nose first because of the weight right pegged on the nose. Now with the weight on the belly, the fluke has got more of a level sink down, more natural level sink down to the bottom. I think maybe that could be better, but you know, I've caught hundreds of bass with a 16th ounce weight pegged to the nose. That'll also work. It's just it's a new technique that I'm trying for the last couple of outings that I've been out on the water. So and it works. I just switched the camera off just now. You saw me do that cast, and I switched the camera off, and as I switched it off, picked me up. And this is a better bass, the way he fights. This is not monster, but not a bad one. It's nicely hooked. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm definitely happy with this one. Yeah, man, I wish I didn't switch the camera off. And as I switched it off, bam, bite on. So I'll show you it now. I'm just gonna measure it quickly. I must, according to the rules, get the mouth totally closed. Let me show you on this camera what I'm doing here. So we've got the marker, so that's my number for the day and the color for the day. And this is what I measure with. And 35 exactly. And there's a prize for a bottle of Gentleman Jack for a bass exactly 35 centimeters. And again, I did it in the previous comp. Let me get this up. I did it in previous comp as well, exactly 35, but I don't drink Gentleman Jack. It's more of a bourbon. Gives me terrible heartburn. So that's why I do not drink it. So I'll if I win it, I'll put it back as a prize. It seems like that bottle will never go. I'll give it to the guy. Well, I'll win it and I'll give it to the guy. If I win it, give it to the guy that's closest to me. That bottle cannot go back in as a prize. We'll just give it back. So again, I'm convinced the screw lock thing is working for me, because again, if you look at this front camera, it's recording. This is what it looks like after I took the fish off, and you would think, yes, this fluke is now done for. Maybe it is, but let's see if I can rescue this thing. I must just figure out how it got this way. And the tail is all, there's a hole now in the back. I might have to take it off the screw lock. Yeah. And dismantle it a bit, and let me see if I can I'll still be able to use this. So yeah, so there, the fluke is still turned inside out. So I'm gonna go and get the tail through like that, and you can see how this fluke has caught. I've had this on this rod now for, well, on the previous one, the last one that I fished in December, and it's still catching fish for me. That's one of the other issues that you can have if you don't bring your glasses with and you can't see. I'll have to retie. The line's a bit scuffed in anyway, so I'll have to retie this. It's just going to be way easier than to try and get it out of the screw lock. It's just way easier. Now I can show you a knot as well. While I'm busy with this, I can show you what knot I use. So I just go through the eye of the hook. You go double. It's called a uni knot. You go double with your line. You can see that. Then you make a loop over both lines, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you pull it up. It makes a little figure of 8 there. Pull it not totally tight, but then you take your knot with your fingers and you slide it down to the hook, and that prevents any heat being created on the line and weakening it. And you don't have to cut off the tag short. It's not needed. So I'm going to take that same, the exact same fluke, and I'm going to try it again. Let's just see how far we can go with this fluke. I screw it onto. Hopefully, I was still in the frame there. I keep on forgetting where the camera is, and then we go through again, and there's that fluke again that looks so terrible. Now it should be operational again. So yeah, let's give that another bash. Okay, this time I'm gonna keep the camera on. It would be freaking so awesome if I catch another one now. But yeah, you would, if you weren't here, you wouldn't believe me. As I switched that camera off, boom, the bite was there. So what I do with the fluke, how I fish it, I explained it before, but I'll do it again. Cast it out, let it go to the bottom. Must go to the bottom. And then I just have, if you look at my camera here, just small little, very small little jerks. You just pop it off the bottom, and then you catch them. But well, that is what's working right now. So and the water, I can feel it, my feet's in the water now. The water is warm. I would say currently it's about, wish I had my fish finder unit here, then I could give you the temperature, but I'm sure it should be in a region of about 19, 20 degrees at the moment. 18, 19, I would, that's my guess. And there's another one. There's another one, but this one is absolutely small. This is a very small one, but there's a prize for the smallest bass as well. So let's measure him in anyway, because it's a bottle of, again, Jack Daniels. Wish it didn't give me a heartburn like that, but let's be part of the competition. Smallest for the day. Off you go, hopefully. And hopefully this time, oh, my fluke's gone. Okay, so that fluke had it. It's now gone. I'll have to tie up a new one. But look, I caught about, don't want to lie, I got about, on that specific fluke, I got about 7 or 8 bass, at least. And that's in itself not too bad. Now I'm going to scratch in the back here for all my goodies. Here's my junior flukes. So that was junior flukes. I'm going to go with a junior fluke again. And this box, if I can open it maybe and show you, this is just all my junior flukes that's in here. So every one of these boxes in the back, those boxes there, has got different, there's crankbaits, creature baits, junior flukes, paddle tails, frogs, and then that box is the super flukes, the bigger ones. And then I have my curly tail worms, stretch 40s, things like that, in this box. And that box right in the back there is a double box, and that's all my terminal tackle. That's hooks, sinkers, weights, all those kinds of things that you'll find in there, my Ned rig heads and all those kinds of things. So yeah, so that brings us to the end of my fishing weekend. It's the next day now, it's Sunday morning. The fish that you saw me catch was quite early in the morning, between about 7:15 and 8:30. After that, as the sun got high and the temperatures rose in the region of about a maximum yesterday of 36. At 9 o'clock in the morning, the water temperature was already 26 degrees, and the bass just all of a sudden shut down. It seems to pick up for some guys later in the afternoon, around 3 o'clock. They caught a couple, but there's a couple of nice sizes that came out. I'll put some photos up on the screen now. 53 centimeter, that's over half a meter. It's about two and a half, more or less a 2.5 kilo bass. That came out, a couple of 44 centimeters. So a couple of nice sized basses. Wish I could have picked up something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be fishing next month again. Then we will be back at Buffelspoort, and then there's always good bass in there, so hopefully I can show you some bigger bass. Thank you for watching the video, and stay safe and catch the big ones. Cheers.